if I fight Ilia or Armin, I'm gonna absolutely rinse their lives. I'm just gonna absolutely terrorise them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but if I fight like Max Holloway or Charles Oliveira, I wouldn't, because I respect them and I like them.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I respect Ilia, but we've had beef for years. I think he's a little helmet. So I'd love to fight him and give him shit. Armin Sarukian, I've got no respect for at all. He's just a rich kid. He's like, daddy's a millionaire. You know what I mean? So
where does the respect come from in fighting? Like, the guys that you respect versus don't respect, like,
it's the fighting. Armin's a good fighter, like, to be honest, but I just can't respect him because like, he's living on daddy's money.
Yeah.
And without that, he wouldn't be where he is.
Sure.
He's sitting there eating caviar for $2,000 caviar for breakfast and that.
That's the fight that I want. With Charles, I had a little bit difficult situation because I really like the guy. But with Paddy, I'm really gonna enjoy kicking his ass.
The rivalry between Paddy the Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria has intensified once again, with Paddy making his position unmistakably clear. Despite the danger that comes with facing one of the UFC's most formidable competitors, Pimblett appears determined to stand his ground and has no plans to step away from the challenge.
I don't think Ilia Topuria ever comes back the same. His whole mindset, his whole ego, it's like, I'm undefeated, no one can beat me. Having celebrations the night before the fight. Ilia's only ever been the hammer. He's never been the nail. I just don't think he'll ever be the same. I've been there before, I've been beat. I've had to come back stronger every time, and I have done. He's never had to do this before. He's gonna have to look at himself in the mirror and be like, I've just got my head smashed in, I need to come back. I'd happily be his first fight back. I always said I'd beat him. I don't think Ilia's as mentally tough as he thinks he is.
For several months, the tension between the two fighters has continued to grow, driven by their outspoken personalities, constant verbal exchanges, unwavering confidence, and the possibility of a major matchup between them down the line.
This division has Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett. If you knock out Rufy, does that make you the best streamer and the biggest star in the lightweight division?
I need a I need a title fight. I need a title fight and become a champion, and I'll be the biggest star in UFC.
And if you win the title, who do you want more, Ilia or Paddy Pimblett?
Both of them same night. Easy, man, easy. But it's a nightmare for somebody.
Topuria has established himself as one of MMA's most dangerous finishers, while Pimblett has earned recognition for remaining composed in difficult situations and refusing to back away from a challenge. With the tension surrounding their rivalry continuing to increase, Paddy's latest message to Topuria has generated fresh discussion among fans, especially because it suggests their exchanges may be becoming more serious than ordinary pre-fight trash talk.
I think Ilia Topuria fight with somebody like a Chandler. He fights with a Chandler and then fight for the title again.
If you had to pick one of the two between Paddy or Ilia, who would you go with?
Ilia. I want that fight more than with Paddy.
The real question is what might unfold if these two fighters eventually meet inside the octagon, where all the talk would finally be tested under the pressure of an actual fight.
I need a I need a title fight. I need a title fight and become a champion, and I'll be the biggest star in UFC.
And if you win the title, who do you want more, Ilia or Paddy Pimblett?
Both of them same night. Easy, man, easy. But it's a nightmare for somebody.
Question for Dana. Dana, over here on your right.
Pimblett understands the level of danger that comes with facing Topuria. Ilia combines precise technique with serious power, remains calm when the pressure rises, and has the ability to finish a fight instantly if he lands cleanly. His skill set goes well beyond striking, as he can connect his boxing with takedowns and submission work, making him one of the most well-rounded competitors in the division.
Then other guys are just soft.
But if I fight Ilia or Armin, I'm gonna absolutely rinse their lives. I'm just gonna absolutely terrorise them. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I respect Ilia, but we've had beef for years. I think he's a little helmet. So I'd love to fight him and give him shit. But Armin, I don't.
That's a phenomenal. Bro, he calls people sausages. It's the best fucking thing in the world. I'm telling you.
Armin Sarukian, I've got no respect for at all. He's just a rich kid. He's like, daddy's a millionaire.
Pimblett sees Topuria's self-belief as something that could potentially work against him. Paddy has never approached a matchup assuming the man across from him cannot be beaten, and that same mindset appears to be shaping his attitude toward this potential fight as well.
If I fight Ilia or Armin, I'm gonna absolutely rinse their lives.
There is a blonde.
I'm just gonna absolutely terrorise them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I respect Ilia, but we've had beef for years. I think he's a little helmet. So I'd love to fight him and give him Arman Saruki, and I've got no respect for it at all. He's just a rich kid.
Pimblett's stance is straightforward. If Topuria believes he can frighten him, get inside his head, or weaken his confidence before they ever step into the octagon, he could be seriously underestimating his opponent. Paddy has consistently demonstrated that he is comfortable performing when the stakes are highest, while his outspoken personality gives him a way to transform criticism and doubt into extra motivation.
When you watch Ilia and Justin fight, like, obviously you said he was going to win, but were you surprised by the way that he did it?
That's just a Justin Gaethje-esque fight, isn't it? That's why he's your favourite fighter's favourite fighter, lad. Or even though he beat me, I'm still a fan. It was just great to see that little quit in the corner.
But he did quit, Paddy.
He did
Paddy,
quit.
he did not quit, Paddy.
He quit.
No, his corner.
He quit.
Somebody said we finished the fight,
No,
and then somebody else came over the...
He quit.
You think he quit?
If my coach says to me, we finished the fight, I go, no, we finished the fight. We're going out there. End of.
Yeah.
We're not quitting on the stool. We're fighters. Can't sit there, no mass.
Paddy, you didn't hear him say that, though,
I
Paddy.
don't give a
That is what makes a possible matchup between the two so intriguing. In one corner stands Topuria, a confident fighter who carries himself with the mindset of a champion and firmly believes his abilities are enough to overcome anyone placed in front of him.
Why do you dislike him so much?
Because he's fake. He's so fake, lad. Everything's just orchestrated.
So you found a lot of joy in that?
Yeah, I celebrated watching Justin win because it was on a Sunday night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So what I do to watch the UFC is I have my phone on Do Not Disturb.
I remember you telling me this.
And I get up at like 6, 7 a.m. to watch it because I don't want to ruin my sleeping pattern. Monday morning, I was watching that before I went to gym, and I had such a good session that Monday morning when I got to gym. He got his ass beat well worse than I did.
Across from him is Pimblett, a fighter who thrives in unpredictable situations, enjoys being at the center of attention, and trusts his durability, grappling, conditioning, and constant forward pressure to trouble any opponent. Paddy's message is essentially a warning that Topuria should not expect the matchup to unfold according to his plans. If Ilia assumes that one powerful strike will be enough to put Pimblett away, Paddy believes he may be in for a much tougher fight than expected.
Does he have the helicopter? He smiles, right? He smiles. And he starts to speak to you in that voice. You know, DC. And I'm like, no, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. How do you have a $2 million gym when you haven't defended the belt? I've defended the belt multiple times. And my gym cost me $60,000. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what did I do wrong, Ilia Topuria?
Throughout his UFC career, Pimblett has faced plenty of criticism, especially over his defensive striking and performances in certain matchups. Even so, he has repeatedly managed to withstand difficult stretches and find ways to change the course of a fight. That kind of resilience is something Topuria would need to take seriously. At the same time, Paddy knows that trying to survive against a fighter like Ilia presents an entirely different challenge. Against someone with Topuria's accuracy and punching power, a single mistake could alter the fight in an instant. That is what makes Paddy's warning significant. He is not suggesting that Ilia is an easy opponent. Instead, he is emphasizing that Topuria could underestimate just how challenging it would be to handle Pimblett throughout an entire fight. If their matchup turns into a prolonged physical battle, Paddy believes his size, wrestling, relentless pressure, and willingness to keep moving forward could create difficult moments for Topuria. Beyond the physical contest, the mental side could be just as intense. Both fighters possess enormous confidence, and neither appears willing to willingly give ground.
Your family is rich, right? Like, because you built a $2 million gym in your house. You just won the belt. How could you have that much money?
Because I do stuff a part of the UFC. I do many things.
Because normally when we become champion, we get a lot of money, you know?
Yeah.
But you got money like you've been the champ for 10 years. You got John Jones money. Oh, I saw him shadowboxing on a helipad on the top of his apartment building.
Neither fighter is willing to hand the other any psychological edge before the fight even begins. Picture the stare down. Topuria standing across from Pimblett with a composed, confident expression, while Paddy responds with the same self-belief he has displayed throughout his UFC career. The verbal exchanges could be intense, but once the cage shuts, all of that talk would become irrelevant. The key questions would then be whether Pimblett could withstand Topuria's explosive opening attacks, and whether Ilia could deal with Paddy's pressure and grappling over either 15 or 25 minutes. This is what makes Paddy's warning particularly interesting. He understands that Topuria's biggest advantage is not just raw punching power. It is also the psychological pressure he creates, which can make opponents hesitate and second-guess their decisions. When a fighter becomes overly concerned about getting knocked out, they may stop throwing combinations, become less willing to take chances, and unintentionally create the openings Topuria needs. Paddy, however, appears determined to approach the matchup with the opposite mindset. He would step into the octagon believing he can win, and that confidence could potentially force Ilia to operate at a pace outside his comfort zone. Pimblett would likely try to turn the contest into a physical battle by pushing Topuria into grappling exchanges, searching for submissions, and constantly making him defend. Repeated takedown attempts could force Ilia to spend valuable energy and make the fight far more complicated than a straightforward striking contest. Of course, Topuria would have his own methods for dealing with that challenge.